Hey guys, welcome to Blunderful Basics with ta-da, me. We're making today a great big surprise. Oh, I blew it. You can see it. Yes, that's right. We're making a chair. This is to go with our basic table we made, but I did make it kind of cute. See, we've got a little detailing in it built in, and it's really super easy. And I know those legs are really chunky, aren't they? But it would look great in, I'm thinking, wood or black lacquer or plastic or anything you wanted, really. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to make it. And then, of course, we're going to do, because I promised to show you the other way we can texture, I'm going to show you that. All right. But we'll use a combination. So let's begin. Open up a new layer. We're going to start with dun, dun, add mesh. And again, I made it from the simple cube. So line it up because I like things lined up. All right. And we're going to start with scaling. Oh, something I forgot to point out on the last vid for all of our new people. I didn't do it on purpose, but to move things around and stuff. Okay, so if I grab the arrow to go up, it's the left mouse button and up, down, left, right, left mouse button. Okay, if we do the right mouse button, this is what we can do. See, with the right mouse button, we can move it anywhere we want. Okay, so good to know. But then you have to remember to left click to release it. All right, so, and well, for shits and giggles, let's see what happens if we do. See, now this is with the rice mountain, right mouse button, and then left click to release it and also to put it back to where it was. Okay, so we've learned that. Go back to this because I want to just S for scale, Z. And I'm not actually touching any button right now. I'm just moving my mouse. Okay, just moving the mouse in the direction I want. And I want a thin. Yeah, it's thin enough. Okay, now tab to get to edit mode. What are we going to do? We're going to make our chair legs. We're in our face edit manipulation, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to subdivide. And now you can make those chair legs as chunky as I made, or we can subdivide again and make them a little less chunky. So let's try that for this one. 2, 3, and 4. And E for extrude, pull down, da-da. Okay, and then what are we going to do? We're going to dissolve those extra faces. Do it now, we don't have to do it later. And right mouse button to select one of them so it unselects these others. Hit C and around we go. Yes, now see I got too many. So right mouse button, shift right, shift right, shift right, shift right. Zoom. Okay. And X for delete, S for faces, and ta-da, 1. Okay. Now, we had to get our back on, right? Now, there's a couple ways we can do it. And let me see if I can remember how I did it on the other one. I think I did it the same way. So, bump, bump, bump. E for extrude straight up. About there. Yeah, that looks good. Get rid of what we don't need. Right mouse button. C. Zoom. Make sure we didn't get anything else in there. Nope. X for delete. S to dissolve the faces. Okay. And now we're going to go over here. This is where it's going to get tricky. Okay. Let me see if I remember how I did it. Yes. then that's not quite exactly what we want. So we have to do one more step here. And what we're going to do is go to lines. And we're going to loop cut and slide. And left mouse button, line it up about where I want it. Yeah, right about there, I think. Okay. Yeah. Go back to faces. 2. E for extrude. Ta-da! Now we've got our chair back. Now, what do we want to do? Well, we want to get rid of the extroverts again. So 1, 2, X, S. The other side we don't have to worry about. XS. Okay. So now we have our chair. And see, in the legs now, they're not quite as chunky. And I did make it slightly different. As you can see, it doesn't go, it's not recessed here like it is on this one. Okay. And that's just because I didn't hit subdivide enough. If I would have gone subdivide one more time over here, we would have gotten that look. Okay. So either way is good. So now I'm going to, you already know how to unwrap it the other way. All right, so I'm not going to repeat it. You can just watch that vid again to do that part. I'm going to show you the other way you can arrange to texture this. Okay, since there's no curves, it should be easy. Curves are different. All right, and we will get into them. Doing things with curves, they require a bit more fiddliness. So let's assume we want this post and this post to be the same texture. Okay, so what we're going to do, this and this and this, all the parts that we want to be that texture, which includes the top bit in this case. Yes, you could make the top bit a completely different texture if you wanted. All right. So those are all going to be a texture. We're going to say a wood texture. All right. But that doesn't even matter right now. Then we go over here into our What's It panel. Yes, it has a specific name, but for us it's going to be the What's It panel. This is our materials box. This is textures. You'll see that in a minute. So materials. We're going to click on plus. We're going to say new. So now we have a new material. Okay. And we can do this a couple of different ways. Right now, I'm just going to assign it a color. All right. Assigning that color. Now it assigned it to all because it's material 1 and it's going to assign to everything. And I'll show you how we get past that as we go forward. Okay. But assign. So now everything is going to be this color. So how do we make it different? So now we pick our next one. Okay. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do plus and new. Now it's number 3. And down here, we're going to pick a new color. We'll do this color. Okay. And we'll do that. And we're going to say assign. Assign. See? Now it's a different color. And we're going to do that with every part that we want to be a different color up to 8, only 8 different materials slash textures slash whatever per mesh object. Okay, only 8. How do you get around that for stuff that you need more? Well, then you make it a separate object in the linked mesh overall object. Okay, so we hit new and new, and we're going to pick green, okay, and assign. And then the legs, the same thing. It helps if you hit the right button. Shift, not caps. And remember to hit everything that's going to be affected so you don't have a part that won't texture. I cannot tell you how many full perm items I spent good money for, and damned if there wasn't a part with a face that wasn't hit to receive a texture. And it's really annoying because those things aren't cheap, you know? All right, I think I got them all. But it's also a pain in the ass to sit there and go and find them all. I get it. But if you're selling something, you take the time, you make sure it's fine. And that's my lecture for today. Assign. And there we go. Now each one of those will have the ability to be textured differently. Now, another way you could have done that is, all right, I'll show you real quick. Let's say material 3. We go over to the texture button, which is this one. See, it looks just like a transparent texture. You put new. Okay. Texture, material, both. I'm not sure it matters, but leave it as texture. Open, and you would go and you would pick your texture and you would click on it and it would show up here, and then you would go back to this and then you'd hit assign again. And that's it. So, two different ways. You can use them together now that you know to get the different looks for your items. If you map it, but also face it separately, okay, you can give a certain depth to an item that only has one texture by, maybe this one could be a little bit darker, this one a little bit lighter. You get what I'm saying. All right. Enjoy. Happy blendering. Bring in the questions and answers. And next week we'll do something maybe a little more difficult, providing next week isn't the holiday week. I gotta check the calendar. Big hugs.